Lightsaber-Duels, they're epic, they're intense. When you've got two skilled combatants throwing strikes at each other with dangerous glowing swords that can penetrate any material easily, it's dangerous, it's lethal. But what truly makes a lightsaber duel epic? The build-up, the emotional weight, the acting, the dialogue, the choreography, the special effects, all of those are key components. I have assembled my top 10 lightsaber duels list in this list. I excluded any duels, canon or not, that are only in comics or novels. But I did include the non-canon micro-series Clone Wars TV show, and along with that, I included the canon The Clone Wars TV show, along with the Disney XD canon Star Wars Rebels show. So I included duels from the micro series, the Clone Wars canon series, and the Rebels canon series. And I did include, like I said, the micro series, even though it's not canon anymore. And of course, on top of that, all the saber fights from the current 7 films, from episode 1 up to episode 7, all of the duels in those films are included. So, without further ado, here's my opinion, and here's my personal top 10 list of my favorite duels in Star Wars. But first we'll start off with an honorable mention. A New Hope, Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader. This duel is short-lived, but it is epic. But first we'll start off with an honorable mention. A New Hope, Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader. This duel is short-lived, but it is epic, and it is iconic due to it being the first lightsaber bout ever in cinemas. The emotional weight, especially after seeing Kenobi and Anakin in the prequels and in the Clone Wars TV shows, just adds to the duel. There's a lot of history between these two, as we know. If you watch A New Hope first, then you don't really fully understand the history between the two. If you've seen the saga in chronological order, then you know the context beneath the surface when these two old crippled men start to flash sabers around. It's a duel that adds to the story, as Obi-Wan sacrifices himself and becomes a Force ghost, which then sends Luke off on his own adventure to become a Jedi. But the reason why it doesn't get in my top 10 is the special visual effects. It's not anyone's fault the visual effects are bad, it's just that cinematography's visual effects were not very good back in the 70s because they weren't advanced very far. So, it's not anyone's fault. But, the choreography had to be restricted due to the restraints on visual effects back then. The dialogue in the moment of the duel is tense, but the visual effects, although not anyone's fault, sets this out of the top 10 for me. But Vader and Obi-Wan in Episode 4, just because of the historical and the iconic imagery and just the fact that it's the first duel ever in cinemas, did deserve an honorable mention.